I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
You are not the father.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice.
All the girls see the look at his kicks.
It's a team from Toronto, Canada. We the North.
Are you dumb? Welcome back to the Extra Gravy Show. I'm Marlon.
I'm Big Norm.
Look at that, right off top. That's how you know it's a special episode. We got my man Andrew Schulz in the building.
We out here.
Fresh off stage.
Yeah.
How was it? How's it feeling?
Oh, it was great, man. Unbelievable feeling, yeah. We were just saying, it was just so cool. Like, I probably started touring here maybe even longer than 5 years ago. But, I mean, the first venue I ever did here was a place called Comedy Bar.
Yep.
Comedy Bar.
Yeah.
Oh my God. 5 years ago.
Like, yeah, probably 100 people.
Yeah.
And we did not have that. And then,
So wait, 100? You didn't fill out that room?
Nah, man, maybe with 80 people, I don't know, something like that. And then this could have been a little bit longer. And then last year when I came back, we did the, what was it called, the Royal?
Yeah.
The Royal Cinema. Yeah.
And then to do this, man, to do
1,200, man. That's crazy, man. Congrats, bro.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So we are doing this after the first show, before the second.
Definitely, yeah. And did you always start off being the flagrant one? Cause like, that's like your bread. For me, I've noticed you've gained a tribe.
Yeah.
Just off of that, right?
Yeah.
Cause like you guys say on the show, like there's an audience for everybody.
Yeah.
So did you always start off this way? Or like, I know there must have been pushback at the start.
Yeah, that was always my sense of humor, even like as a kid.
Yeah.
So, and then what I think happened was, like, society started to shift and get a little bit more like politically correct, and then all of a sudden I was already doing this thing forever, and then I became this guy who is brave for pushing back or whatever, and it was like, this is just what I've been doing.
But I feel like you're the only person to make it vocal, like this is my mission, like you said it.
Yeah, because it was like, I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing or what I think is funny because society is shifting, their idea of what is okay, and I also find that bullshit because like they're not okay with jokes, but then they'll watch Game of Thrones, which is just about incest, murder, so it's like flimsy, their argument, but yeah, it's just so cool. It's so cool to come to cities like Toronto that have this like super PC rep. And then you see like my crowd there, which is, I promise you, the most diverse crowd of any performer or like any comic. Like if you look at my crowd, you don't even know what show it is. Like, if I just showed you the crowd, you'd be like, I don't know who's coming on stage. But like for all of them to just go, yeah, fuck it, we're just gonna laugh at these jokes. We're not gonna be PC. We're not gonna be babies about it. So. Yeah.
But you have a certain finesse about you when it comes to like dropping some harsh things. Like when you. I don't know. Like,
it's not like stupid. Like
that one joke with the Chinese people and the Chinese girl daughter and a freaking.
Oh
my God!
And your ability,
you crazy.
I find you have the ability to take away anyone putting the onus on you.
Right.
It's kind of like you kind of create another barrier there, like a middleman, so that it's not on you, but you're still getting your shit across.
Like we're just having fun. Like they know we're having fun. They know it's absurd, and like once you commit to it, or once you submit to it in a weird way, like you can enjoy it too. Yeah. Once you like leave your morality and trust that no matter where I take you, it's gonna have a fun ending. Yeah. I'm not taking you. I think earlier in my career I was a little bit more like, this is the truth.
You're trying to impose.
Yeah, now I'm more like, yo, this is what's funny.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to talk about these tough topics, but we're going to do it funny. I don't care how dark it gets, trust me, it's going to be funny.
And it feels like a relief. I'm pretty sure everyone in there feels like that relief. Boom. It feels like you're in a certain, like, club that not everyone knows what's going on. Because I guarantee you half these people probably wouldn't even repeat some of these jokes at work.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? But it's like they feel like they have something. And I feel like even when you eventually get to that point where Netflix is ringing down your phone, if they haven't already.
I think I don't think that's gonna happen.
It'll happen, man. It'll happen.
We got a little beef.
But once you get to that point where it's like your numbers are undeniable, that you know these people, they just fuck with money, right? So it's just like if you're the guy bringing in money at the end of the day.
But they do fuck with money, but at the same time, it's like they don't need to take everybody who makes money. Because like clearly I'd make more money than a lot of the people. I would make them more money than a lot of people they have.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they are humans, and humans don't like to be wrong. So a lot of times somebody won't they can't take their ego out. Like they can't go, man, we were wrong about that kid Schulz.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
everybody in stand-up that's in a power position, and they all float around. Like the Comedy Central person goes to Netflix. You know, like they were wrong, but they can't get over their ego.
Yep.
So they have to be like, no.
And because they're so powerful, they got that ego. They feel like they're always right because they made all these right decisions to get to that
Of course, they gotta trust themselves.
Yeah.
I don't deny people who trust their gut.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Absolutely trust your
Do you
gut.
forget them?
I don't really think about it like that. Like, but I will. Like Netflix will fail, and I'll be there.
Just laughing.
I won't not be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that'll be fine. Especially if they're doing okay. Like when certain people were dicks to me coming up in stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I was more just like, yo, I can't wait to be past you or whatever. And
Yeah.
then when I didn't have any animosity.
Didn't
towards
care
them.
anymore, yeah.
I felt sad because they were still like struggling.
Yeah.
But with this, I think it's gonna be different.
Mm. Yeah. It's funny how success does that. Like, once you get to a certain point where you're doing all right in life, all those, like, bitter feelings you had, just, like, it's like, why am I even mad? I'm making money.
We passed it.
Yeah, definitely.
This really for poor people, that kind of shit.
We got
It is, man. It
straight
is.
up. No,
Poor
like,
people
we
that
got
got something
that's
to prove.
Twitter. That's Twitter for the most part. If you're
That
on
is
Twitter
the shit.
complaining, majority of the time you're
Bro,
not completely happy with your life. It is usually monetary.
Yeah.
It's usually
Bro, you
financial.
get some money, you're gonna be happy. Is really not that crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I know. And listen, it's so hard to like understand that without money. It's really hard. It's
Yeah.
hard to imagine how you will be with something that you don't have or never have had.
Mm-hmm.
So I completely get it. But then once they do get it, it's like when every rich person, goes, money won't make you happy.
Yeah.
Every poor person's like, man, give me some money.
Yeah.
I'll show you happiness.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're gonna feel the same way, bro. But sometimes you need to get there to realize.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. We're like, yo, I don't know why people want to be famous. Like, not even just the rich
pressure
is
is
different, but
ridiculous.
why do people want to be famous when it looks like everyone that's famous for the most part
It's miserable.
is miserable? They hate it.
Yeah, I think there's like twofold with that. It's like the fame doesn't make you miserable. The misery makes you want fame, right? So like you're empty. So you're like, man, if people love me, I'll be full.
Yeah.
And then you realize like that shit is momentary.
And it
Right.
creates other problems,
Exactly.
bigger problems.
So it's like miserable people are the ones that trend towards fame.
Yeah.
And like happy people are like if you're genuinely happy, you're not like, I don't need to go in front of 1,200 people and ask them for their validation. Like that's what I did tonight. Right? Like,
yeah.
that being said, I'm on like the happy spectrum of comics.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, but that's on some level a choice, man. It's like we're gonna make, what is it? If you can't change your situation, change your perspective.
Yeah.
And that's powerful. That's bars right there because what we gonna do? Just sit here and bitch about it?
Yeah. Well, that same thing for me. Like once I started looking at my L's as lessons and
Yeah.
not like just L's,
Yeah.
then it started clicking more.
Yeah.
Everything started clicking more. I'm heavy on the universe and like
Yeah.
all that energy shit. So I feel like that happens all the time. We got a quick little 5 questions.
Yeah, do your thing, man.
Top 3 comedians of all time.
Patrice O'Neal.
God.
Patrice O'Neal's number 1 to me, and then probably Rock and Chappelle, number 2 and 3. I would say so.
Rock?
Yeah, I love Rock.
Wow.
Rock. I mean, like, it's so hard. It's like, I'm a comic because of Eddie Murphy, but Patrice is like the GOAT to me, and then Rock was the first person that made me, like, he was the first person that made me understand my thinking.
Okay.
Like, when I read his book and I saw his stand-up, and I was like, oh, other people like to troll with ideas. Like, they see everybody thinking one way, and they just
Flip
make
it,
something
yeah,
the other way.
yeah.
And then if you make people laugh, they'll tolerate that. If you don't make people laugh, they'll kill you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but if you make them laugh, you could get away with crazy shit. And I was like, oh, word, I like this.
And they digest it easier.
10 times.
10 times easier when
Yeah.
you could just make a joke of it. Yeah, for sure. Rock. I did not see Rock coming.
Oh, yeah, man.
Wow.
Rock was the GOAT to me until I saw Patrice. And then Chappelle is just like, he speaks a language of comedy, man. So he might not be my favorite in terms of style or like even jokes, but like he to me is the person who's most fluent in comedy.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can see that.
I can
Like
see
it's
that.
just
Yeah.
the most natural to him. So I give so much credit to that. How natural it is to
In
him.
the same way KRS-One can be with hip hop.
Right, he's just like he'll freestyle forever, like in his blood, you know. So, whereas like Rock needs the pen and paper, sit there and think about the idea, but the idea is gonna be so
Yeah.
fucking mind blowing. You're like, all right.
And it
man.
starts from something so small,
Yeah.
so minuscule.
Yeah.
Who are some comedians you fuck with right now that are coming up?
Oh man, I mean, coming up, these are guys already out, but I think
Yeah.
Michael Che's genius.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's one of the guys where like most people know him from like the least funny part of him.
I thought Michael Che Matters should have been a way bigger deal than it was.
Oh, it is so
That
funny.
one was slept on for sure.
It's still slept on, yeah.
But it's like he's so much funnier than SNL.
Yeah.
And like if you see him, you just realize that he's so funny. Obviously,
Almost everyone is. You notice it when they leave the show usually. Because
Yeah.
like there was that girl in fucking Bridesmaids. She was on SNL first. And she went and did Bridesmaids. You realize how much more funnier she could be when she's not like censored.
Yeah.
Best race to give a blowjob.
Best race
Yes.
that gives a blowjob.
Yes.
Huh. That's a good one. For me, it's not race. It's like where you're from.
Oh, like a specific
Yeah, it's like
continent,
proximity.
culturally. Okay.
Yeah. Like Eastern Europeans, incredible.
Okay.
Like any culture that is like oppressive to women and women grow up thinking that their job is to have kids and please their men.
Please men, yeah.
They give the best blowjobs, especially now that they have internet, so they can see the skills
Yeah.
on the internet.
We were talking about this with the cucumber shit that just happened. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Cucumber
say what you
challenge.
want about it, but a lot of girls are learning that spit is
They
necessary.
Need it.
They are learning.
Need the spit. We talked about that.
So yeah, that's for me. It's like Eastern Euros, obviously Latinas, but you have to be specific. It's like
What about the blacks?
the black girls blowjobs. You know what? In porn, they have the most impressive one. What I meant, I'll be there in a minute. In porn, they're the most impressive, I think. But in my life
Tiana
experience,
sucks.
one of the best I've ever had was a black chick. One of the best I've ever had was a black chick. She was phenomenal.
Was it the hands?
You got to use it all, but no, it was the it was the passion.
Oh,
that shit will
the
get
conviction,
the passion will
the
get me too.
passion.
If they start moaning while they're sucking my dick, and like I know it's not just like a robotic moan, like you're into this.
Yeah, there's even a way to like play, like even the way you spit. They're like,
yeah.
There's a conviction in that
for me,
fork.
it's before all that.
A girl did a slingshot spit on my dick once, and I lost it.
For me, it's like it's how they look at it.
The focus.
If they look at it,
If they can't take their eyes off it, like
it's
a Klondike bar.
it's like gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just like, oh, this is what I came all the way for. You know, that right there. All right, it's gone.
If a girl kisses your dick like she's kissing you on the cheek,
Oh my God.
it's a wrap.
We can't. What are we wasting our time?
Name one person that without consequences you could punch in the throat.
Without consequences, I could punch in the throat.
Yes.
Meaning, nothing would happen to me.
Nothing would happen. No repercussions. No one would even remember but you and the person.
Oh, it was just me and that person?
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. How great is my life? I can't think of anything.
I love everyone, man.
Yeah, and I don't. I don't really care that much about motherfuckers to not punch him. Let me think. Or to punch him. Let me think. Come back to me on that one. I'll think.
Got you. Kobe or LeBron?
LeBron. I was never a Kobe fan. I didn't get it. I think I missed it. I just didn't get it. I think
early he was still.
Sometimes you suffer. Like sometimes you suffer from a similarity, right? Like Kobe was so similar to Jordan, and he's a worse version of Jordan, so I can't separate that. Whereas LeBron is the first LeBron, so I'll only see him as himself, right? And that's the value of being different. It's like when you're different, there's no one they can compare you to.
Exactly.
So often you get boosted, maybe higher than you deserve, because there's literally no one else like that.
Yeah, that's true. Kobe's still better.
That's fair. And look, a million people would probably agree with that.
Yeah.
I just never was a huge Kobe
My
fan.
whole thing has always been like, LeBron obviously is an amazing player, but he acts like his body is not the size that it is.
Right. He's not the killer that Kobe is. Kobe's a killer.
You know what I mean? Like if he had that mentality,
Yeah.
like it comes out sometimes. Like
Right.
once in a while, you remember that Detroit game back in the day when he
Yeah.
was on Cleveland. Like little times it'll come out, but not
That's
enough.
right. Yeah.
Nas or Ja Rule?
Nas.
There you go,
Nas
folks.
one. Fuck.
Nas, this guy's
You
a little.
picked
Nas.
Ja Rule?
Yes.
This guy's a Ja Rule
Fuck
junkie over
Nas,
here,
man.
bro.
He's trash.
He's not trash.
He's trash.
What is he trash
Did you hear the new song?
No, I don't.
Absolute ass.
Have you heard the new Ja Rule song?
Yes.
Is it good?
It was like 2003.
Well, maybe that's more the point. Like, you have to stop rapping because his ass.
Or
You had to quit.
50
Nas
Cent.
can rap
50
his
Cent
ass off.
happened.
Nas could rap his ass
You
off.
just can't select beats.
Could
That's
have
it.
back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. But we're talking about back in the day because of Ja Rule.
Yeah, even Ja Rule's better in my opinion.
Not a rap. There's no way.
I can't name much Nas songs.
There we
but
go, folks.
Some Ja Rule songs, personally.
No, Ja Rule got more like club bangers for girls, but like if you talking about
That's
someone
what I
who's got
actually
bars, he's not going bar for bar. Ja Rule's not going bar for bar
But
with
what's
Nas.
the better song, bars or the better song?
Depends what you want to do.
Yeah, depends.
Like, I don't want to listen to Ja Rule alone.
I don't want to sit under a bridge and listen to Nas.
I would drive to Nas. Like you drive, you listen to like Rewind,
Maybe
you
that's
listen to
all
all these songs. Like
that makes sense.
there you go.
Yeah.
Like if there's
And then
certain
get in
things
the
you
Uber and
do.
just put on some Nas.
There we
like,
go.
We'll do it.
Well, you
Just
can even
listen to Illmatic
Ja Rule.
all day, man.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
Fucking
Stillmatic too.
I'm gonna throw it.
Illmatic,
Thank you
Stillmatic.
so much for
Oh,
giving
for
us
sure,
your time, man. I really appreciate it. We had some fun yesterday.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, thanks so much
Fucking
for taking us out.
rage
man.
room.
That
This guy was
Jeez,
freaking shit.
jeez.
He was saying nigger in there, but we're not gonna talk about that too
With the R.
much. With the ER, with the hard ER. But thank you so much, bro. Thank
You
you for
good,
coming
thank
through, man.
you. You good, guys.
Bless
Have a
you,
good
man.
one.